Hassan Fadam, a councilman from the province of Babel, claims that a 30-mile-long trench that is being dug through farmland southwest of Baghdad is only to protect a most revered Shiite shrine from the Islamic State's Sunni extremists who have advanced on the area. Local Sunnis who are not part of the fighting, however, argue that the Shiite majority in their area is using the threat from ISIS as an excuse to evict them from farmland that they have long occupied. This continues a process of Iraq's splitting into separate areas controlled by Sunni, Shiite, and Kurdish populations. While such a partition was proposed at the end of the US-led invasion of the country, it was ultimately rejected in favor of a coalition form of government. Now that US influence is largely out of the picture, the process of partitioning seems to be taking place organically, with the ISIS campaign to form a caliphate in the area serving as a catalyst. Protests by local Sunnis have halted expansion of the trench for now, but displaced locals are doubtful that they will be allowed to return and believe that they will instead be asked to settle elsewhere. But that presumes that the fighting in the area will end sometime soon. According to legend, Alecia Faith Pennington was born with the assistance of a midwife at a home in Kerrville, Texas, 19 years ago. However, there was no birth certificate filed, no application for Social Security number made, and there has since been no doctor visit, no enrollment in a public school, no anything that would establish her status as an American citizen. Wanting to live the full American experience, voting, driving, attending university, and getting a job, Alecia took to YouTube and Reddit seeking help. Her parents, she said, were unwilling to assist her by signing affidavits attesting to her birth time and place, or providing simple cheek swabs which would establish her genetic claim that she is the daughter of US citizens. Alecia's parents are devout fundamentalist Christians, and although no line of reasoning has been put forth, it is speculated that they view the government and the Social Security Administration in particular with distrust. She has also found resistance from her Texas representatives in Congress, presumably because her case is so closely resembling that of the so-called Dreamers children born in the U.S. to undocumented immigrants who face similar hardships when they reach young adulthood. Since 1981, the Southern Poverty Law Center has published a quarterly intelligence report that monitors what the SPLC considers hate groups in the United States through their intelligence project. The SPLC's definition for hate groups is those that have beliefs or practices that attack or malign an entire class of people, typically for their immutable characteristics. Immutable characteristics include race, sexual orientation, ethnicity, and physical infirmity. Religious views are not considered immutable, as one can alter one's religious views. The SPLC also defines hate activity as follows. Hate group activities can include criminal acts, marches, rallies, speeches, meetings, leafleting, or publishing. However, they specify that a group's inclusion on their list and the corresponding map does not imply a group advocates or engages in violence or other criminal activity. In response, and in an effort to level the field, the American Family Association published their own map of groups they claim are openly bigoted against the Christian faith, and they have published their own interactive map which lists 200 groups they say are deeply intolerant of the Christian religion. According to AFA President Tim Wildman, a common practice of these groups is threatening our nation's schools, cities, and states. By threat of lawsuit, they demand that prayer be removed from the schools and city council meetings, that 10 Commandments monuments must be stricken from courthouses, and that memorial crosses be purged from cemeteries and parks. Included in their list are humanist organizations and college atheist outreach programs.